Hello, everybody. I'm Grant Fluff from Fletcher Sports Zone, and welcome back to another video. And with us today is Lennon, and we're going to recap what was a wild NASCAR race today in St. Louis Motor Speedway. But Kyle Busch wins his third race of the year, tying William Byron for the most in NASCAR. And this is our first race recap of the season. We've been thinking about doing this since the season started, and we had the time, we had the good enough race to finally do one of these videos. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. So, of course, to recap, Kyle Busch wins in a green-white checkered finish. 11 cautions, I think, was the main takeaway from this track. A lot of tires were loose, a lot of cautions because cars were going into the wall. But you notice a couple of drivers who suffered cautions early came back and did well. We saw Michael McDowell hit the wall earlier in the race. He finished ninth, and Martin Truex Jr. had a slow start, and he ended up finishing fifth. So you can kind of tell in a track like this, the slow starts really picked up near the end.
Yeah, no, they did that. That was a great race. Oh my god, I was excited. The lightning delay to start, like 5 laps into the race. Reddick spun. Even Reddick came back up there and blew a break and hit the wall.
Reddick hit the wall, was doing well, and then he hit the wall again, which would eventually end his day, unfortunately. And let's talk about that rain delay. So they did try to start the race 5 laps in. We're thinking it's smooth. We know that it was a little bit cloudy, but they were trying to work through it. I think NASCAR was just hoping to get the first stage done before the rain delay. Lightning in the area, lightning strikes, and the fireworks go off.
That was
one of the most random red flags we've probably seen in NASCAR history, but it happened.
It happened. That was interesting.
All right.
That was cool.
Then you get the 2-hour rain delay afterwards. They go back under green, and Kyle Busch pretty much dominates the rest of stage 1. He and Blaney and Larson, they were up in the top 10 pretty much all day.
No, Larson was 32nd.
Larson actually started off pretty slow. He picked it up near the end. Ooh, who else was up there? Daniel Suarez had an overall good showing.
He did. Byron ran good. Harvick ran good.
Harvick was in the top 10 most of the day. He finishes 10th. Christopher Bell came back up from the mid-20s to finish 11th. And AJ Allmendinger making a last little run there, coming from 20th, ending 14th. We want to talk about Ryan Blaney, though, because he is a guy who hadn't won a race in a year and a half. He goes in last week. He wins.
It's the longest race of the year.
And, he has a lights-out dominant stage 2. This guy takes the lead from Kyle Busch, and he leads something close to like 40, 50 straight laps.
He was fast too. And in qualifying, Blaney was 8/1,000ths of a second behind Kyle Busch for the pole. So I knew he had a really fast car.
Yep. Blaney obviously starting to pick up that trend. He even had a decent showing in the All-Star race 2 Sundays ago. Blaney goes for a pit stop. And then this is when William Byron comes in the mix. He jumps from the middle of the pack all the way up into the top 5. And then Byron becomes a thorn for both Blaney and Busch down the stretch there and in the beginning stages of the final stage.
Yeah. Now, I think he took 2 tires and it worked for him.
A lot of drivers were taking 2 tires heading into the final stage. I think it was only Blaney and Logano who took 4, and I think the rest took 2. I know Logano took 4. They were mentioning that, and that ended up working for Logano overall because he stayed in the top 15.
Yeah, he finished 3rd.
Entire final stage and
top 3.
finished in the top 3, finishing 3rd. Let's talk about Denny Hamlin as well, finishing in 2nd. That kind of came out of nowhere. He was, again, running well all race, but you kind of figured before the last couple of cautions that 2nd was pretty unlikely for Hamlin. You were thinking he was going to finish more in 6th or 7th. Maybe someone like Larson or Blaney gets that 2nd spot. Hamlin, a veteran, he knows what he's doing, and he really did a nice job getting around Logano, getting around Truex, and just maintaining that 2nd place spot, blocking off Larson and Logano in the last lap there.
Yeah, he kind of protected us there.
He definitely did.
We still got that old teammate connection. So I always love Hamlin. I always will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, it was no Elliott. That was fun and surprising.
Yep, Chase Elliott suspended. Corey LaJoie,
that was
replacement driver. That kind of went as we expected. It wasn't awful, but it wasn't great.
Yeah, he finished 21st.
Finished 21st. He stayed in the mid to late 20s pretty much all race. He didn't race terribly, unlike Brad Keselowski. This was not a good race for him. He dropped 2 laps behind.
He was 5 laps. He got all his lap back.
He did get all his laps back, but that's because of all the cautions.
Yeah. Where did he finish? He finished 28th in his 500th start. Had some sort of engine issues they were talking about. So he went laps down early.
Ross Chastain, I felt, had an okay performance. 22nd, he finishes. He's had a pretty decent season overall, so I think this is just a little bump in the road for him. He has been running hot the last month or so. Maybe this race is the beginning of a cool-off, but only time will tell there. And last driver I want to mention is Daniel Suarez, finishing 7th. Very strong car the second half of this race. And again, he battled from, I think at one point in stage 2, the early 20s, able to finish in 7th. Suarez, of course, won at this racetrack last year, his first career win.
That was Sonoma next week.
Or next week, excuse me. I noticed that they were bringing that up. And, wow, I remember when Suarez won. And we were both in shock because it was the first time it happened. We were like, wow, after all these top 10s, top 5s, he finally got his win. Now shifting gears over from the race in St. Louis today to the points, and we're actually going to pull up the points here. So I think this is the most update we got from NASCAR's official website. So William Byron, the other driver with 3 points, still in the lead there with 2,025. He ranks number 1 currently.
No, they haven't updated it yet. We still have 2 wins.
Not updated this. That's what I was thinking, because I'm like, how is...
We still have 2 wins. So Chastain's been leading the points all year.
What the heck?
Yeah,
Well, I haven't updated it. So I'd imagine now Busch is in first, Byron second.
Yeah.
Probably Blaney passes Chastain. Larson and Truex pretty much stay, I guess, in the same areas. I think, again, with Reddick and his 2 crashes today, he definitely falls out a little bit. He probably gets surpassed by both Hamlin and Harvick, potentially Logano as well. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., I mean, he didn't really show up today, I felt.
He was running good.
All right. He was right in the middle. Right in the middle.
And Singer turned Austin into Stenhouse there. That was interesting.
Yeah.
Those were the longest 40 laps of my life.
Oh, no, it was. With, 4 cautions in a row there. That was brutal.
God. Yeah, I was so mad. But we won.
Jonathan Davenport with 1 point still in last for those who care. Noah Gragson. Man, when Noah Gragson hit the wall and
that was hard.
Race, wow, that was a tough finish for Noah Gragson. He literally, when Jamie Little was interviewing him, he was swearing up a storm.
He said it was a hard ass hit.
He was like, that was a hard-ass hit.
It was.
Man,
It was.
what a shitty ending to a great race. He was, pardon my language, but he was, that's what he was saying. And, I get it. He was running again, kind of mid-teens all day. He had a chance. Maybe gets the pit stop at the last second to make a strong finish, get some more points.
Yeah.
But that's not the case. And, it was just an unfortunate day for Noah Gragson. But, yeah, he was furious when Jamie Little was doing the interview there.
Well, I don't blame him. I don't
blame him either.
I don't like Noah that much. So that's my opinion. I can go on a rant, and I'm not going to. But it's him and Logano. You should know by now. So when Ross gave him that right hook, good on Ross for that.
Oh man.
No, but that was a hard hit. That was very similar to what year was it? Gordon's crash at Pocono that one year where he you can look it up. Gordon Pocono crash somewhere. I forgot what year it was. Or Johnson's 2016 or 15.
Yeah, I think
hit at Pocono.
Yeah,
broke the brake. That's what reminded me of. It was a really hard hit. So
it's true. Next week, again, they're racing in Sonoma,
and then Nashville, and then switch to
Nashville,
NBC.
and now they switched to NBC. Next week is going to be the last race on Fox. I think the Fox crew does significantly better job than NBC and USA. Well, they're going to have the NBC commentators on USA. At least Dale Jr., we're going to get to see him. And then September is when the playoffs really begin, the round of 16. And then this is when we start having the elimination races all the way up to Phoenix on November 5th.
Such a stupid championship race, in my opinion.
I don't know why the hell they race in Phoenix for the championship.
It just got extended, too. So they're going to do this for a while.
It's always been that race right there. Homestead, Miami.
It should be Miami.
It should be Miami. It was the championship race for the majority of our childhood, and then all of a sudden they switched it over.
I got 2 championships on that track.
That you do.
So 15 and 19.
So 2019 was the last time they held the championship in Miami.
Yeah, because 2020 Elliott won, and it was at Phoenix.
Right. I do remember that. Wow. Oh yeah, Chase Elliott. I do remember watching that race. Oh, the memories.
Oh God. Yeah.
Oh boy. But anyway. Well, what are we expecting as we pretty much approach the second half of the season? I know you were mentioning Busch with 4 wins this year. I know you can go more in depth on that.
Yeah, no, we have 3, and if my math is correct, we won 4 races the last 3 years with JGR. I think I got to go back and look, but because 2020 was 1, we won at Texas. 21 was 2, and then 2022 last year was 1. So that's
you already
4.
tie that.
If we win again, yeah. So in 1 year, we have 3 already. So yeah, crazy. We're winning everywhere. Winning at California, Talladega. I don't know how the hell we won Talladega. That was insane. Oh man, thank you.
Talladega is always that one's always the you never know who's gonna win that race.
First plate win since 2008 for us.
I will say, looking at Daytona down the road here,
that's the last race before the playoffs start, which I love because anybody can win.
It just throws in that extra driver to make the playoffs, and that's what I love about it. I wouldn't be shocked if we see Christopher Bell win that race.
He could. He
definitely could. I mean, he's done well in that track in the past, so I think he's going to continue that momentum. Hopefully he carries into that race. And Bell won this year, correct? I think so.
Did he? Yeah, I think he did.
I think he won 1, which means he's automatically in the playoffs. So
when did he win? What? No, did he win this year?
I'm looking. Why am I on Chastain? I don't want that.
Did he win this year?
Oh my
Oh.
God.
I'm getting some more fast facts here. If you would like some more of that. Okay, so a Richard Childress racing car led more than 100 laps in a cup race for the first time since October 6, 2013 at Kansas with Kevin Harvick.
Oh, wow.
And Kyle Busch earned the win, his third in the opening 15 races of 2023. It's the 11th time Kyle has at least 3 wins in a season, and it's his first since 2019. So it's been a rough couple of years.
The rough couple of years, but hey, the last time he won 3 races in a year, he won the chip, so can't complain. And just a fact check here, yes, Bell did win 1 race, and that was back in Bristol on April 9th.
Bristol Dirt,
yeah. I was like, I swear to God, he won a race, and I thought I was going crazy. I wasn't. He did. So
he did.
Again, I think Christopher Bell is a driver to look down the stretch. Now that Alex Bowman's fully healthy, he's been back in the saddle the past couple of weeks. I expect Bowman to hopefully get back up to speed, and I think he'll be having a pretty good second half of the year. As long as this loss doesn't really, disgruntle him a whole lot. Tyler Reddick is another one I expect to have a strong second half of the year.
I'm watching Bubba in the 23.
Bubba's been having a solid season as well. Again, he's another one who just won his first career race last year. And
Kansas. Or no. He technically won at Talladega, but it was rain short.
Yeah, it was a rain. So I mean, his first finish.
And he earned that Kansas.
He did.
Last year, that was great for him. I'm happy for him.
Looking at the previous races here, Byron, his third win back on May 14th, back in Darlington. So this win today for KB8 will tie him.
KB8, I like that.
Byron. I like KB8 too. I just came up with that on the spot.
That's good. I like that.
I used to call him the M&M machine, but I can't call him that anymore. That's a nice paint scheme, by the way. Kyle Busch brought into victory lane today.
With a 3G.
Yeah. 3G sponsor.
3G. We I want to say this on live. We are. I'll tell you later.
Oh, I know. It's essentially a weed disposery. But,
okay, you said it. Yes.
But yeah, exactly.
I want Busch beer so bad next year, because then we'd have gambling, marijuana, and beer, all like what you shouldn't do. All the illegal things.
Oh my goodness.
Plus, it's in the name. Like, come on, it's spelled the exact same. So, and Harvick's leaving. Josh Berry signed a deal with Stewart Haas Racing, by the way.
Yeah, I saw him. And Josh Berry, he won the NASCAR All-Star Open. He's actually.
You didn't know. I like Josh Berry a lot. He's going to drive.
Also fill in for Elliott once or twice.
Yeah, he did it for Elliott and then Bowman for when. The only reason they called up Corey LaJoie, I think, was because Josh Berry is an Xfinity driver, and they were in Portland at the road course, so he couldn't do double. So that's why I think they called up Corey to drive the 9 car this weekend.
Yeah, because I was about to say I would rather see Josh Berry perform again. We kind of.
I like Josh Berry a lot.
We're gonna get out of Corey LaJoie, and when he was racing that, when he was racing in the 7. I mean, he did well. He did well in Daytona.
He should have won Atlanta last year.
He's still young though.
Well, I like Corey a lot. Can we talk about Carson Hocevar for a second though?
Absolutely.
That kid, dude. He's drives in the truck full time. He finished 3rd yesterday in the truck race, and then came out and was running in the top 15 today, and then the brake radar blew and he hit the wall and was out of the race. But I like that kid a lot. He's going to get it right.
No, and I think Clint Boyer was touching on that during the broadcast. He was awfully impressed, and he seemed very humble. Like when he did the interview after he hit the wall, he was so humble. He was just like, "Oh, thank you so much for NASCAR for allowing me to race. He's a dream come true."
I like this kid a lot.
He's awesome. I definitely want to know more about him.
I like him a lot. I watch all the series, so Like even during the lightning delay, I switched and put on the Indy race for a little bit. They were at the Detroit Street Course. So that was fun to watch for something other than NASCAR talk for 3 hours. And Michael Waltrip lost his phone on the track when he was running. He did the grid walk and hopped the wall and dropped his phone on the racetrack. Went up to the booth. They went green for like a lap and a half, and then the red flag came out, and the AMR safety team got his phone and gave it back to him. So that was pretty funny.
God.
But it was on the racetrack for like a lap and a half.
No one ran it over?
No, it was by the pit wall on the bottom, inside.
That's crazy, though. Oh, my goodness. Michael Waltrip, he dodged a bullet.
Kyle got 59 points today. That's huge points today.
Kyle got 59, which, just to wrap up here, is going to put him
should be first or second, tied with Byron for 3 wins.
You said he had 59?
He got 59 points today, yes.
So Busch is going to be sitting in the next week 2,068 points. And I would imagine, thanks to Byron having a decent but not amazing race, that should give Busch the lead hanging next
Probably should. Dude, it's early. It's early in the year, and I like to get ahead of myself. But I want to win the championship so bad this year. So bad. First year, new team, dominate every week, and win our 3rd championship. I want that. So it's not going to happen. It will happen. We will win one with RCR. I just don't think it's the first year. But I want that.
See, so right now, he could be the front runner. I mean, right now, I think I would pick Busch over Byron. But if I had to choose,
yep.
You need Blaney to start winning some more so I could throw him in some more conversation. Yay! We're a round 8 elimination from the playoffs every year. Yay!
Right. Every time.
Every time we make the final 8 and we lose every year. Team Penske tradition. I guess besides when Logano decides to go off.
That.
And I think a lot of NASCAR fans are going to like this. I don't think Logano is going to repeat this year. I think right now that's like a 5% chance of happening. And, I know that brings a smile onto our face, but I think most of NASCAR is pretty relieved by that.
It's tough, dude, because
it's tough. Because Logano's got his followers.
Yeah, no, it's not that. It's the fact, growing up as a kid, I was always a Kyle Busch fan. Always have, always will be. But, I was also a JGR fan, right? And so there's, I hate this picture of me. So this was in 2009.
You had the Joey Logano.
About 5 years old. I was the biggest Logano fan.
You had the Joey Logano Home Depot suit.
Yeah, I had a shirt and a hat, and I always liked Kyle, but I like my teammates too. So Denny, obviously, I still respect the hell out of him. And then, Joey lost my respect when he started wrecking everybody out of the way at JGR. It started with Hamlin, actually. He broke his back at California in 2013.
That's right.
We won that race, by the way. But that was great. No, and then Vegas, he wrecked us for 8th, and that's the race where we punched him in the face. But I can't. I lost all respect for Joey Logano. I just can't root for him anymore. But it's hard because he's so. I like him as a person. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. When he's in, because they have Cup drivers go and call the Xfinity races and everything. Yeah. And when Joey does it, he's so funny and laid back and awesome. Then he puts the helmet on. He drives like a dickhead. So,
I know.
It's like, why can't you be the same person? I
know. And, I kind of look at it. I'm kind of that same way with a lot of people. Kevin Harvick was my big one when I was younger.
Oh, yeah. I hated him.
Loved him as a person, but as a driver, I'm like.
Oh, he hated. Well, he had a.
Now that he's retiring, I'm like, whatever. I'm fine with Harvick now, but.
No, the last time he ticked me off was when he tried to wreck Kyle at Martinsville to get into the playoffs, and we did a 360, drove when he backed it into the inside wall. That was great. He won 2020 playoffs where he.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure I remember that. Yeah. It was 2020.
No, we've had a few run-ins with Harvick over the years. Darlington 2013, where we took off and dumped his car. You remember that one? That's great. And then it's so funny how this like circles back to Richard Childress Racing, because at that Darlington race, was it 2013? Yeah, because Regan Smith won the. I love my NASCAR. I know everything. Regan Smith won the race.
That's one over. That is wild.
For Furniture Racing, the '78 car that Martin took over for 4 years.
Yeah.
We were racing with Harvick, and Boyer ended up into the wall, and then Harvick wouldn't let it. Like he kept was mad at us for some reason. I thought it was just hard racing, but whatever. And Harvick parked in front of us.
Hard racing, quote unquote. Pisses a lot of racing fans off, especially you, Chase Elliott fans. Shut up.
His fans are weird. But he parked in front of us. He parked in front of us on pit road after the race was over, and he got out of his car, walked over to the window net, and he started to throw a punch, and Kyle hit the gas and sent his car flying down pit road. And Richard told somebody, hold my watch, and walked over and punched Kyle in the face.
I remember, what was this, 2020 or 2021, when Busch dumped Elliott and then Elliott just flipped him off?
That was great. Yeah, that was 2020.
That was awesome. That was pure NASCAR entertainment at its finest. Great.
No, the story ends somewhere, the whole connection thing. So, Richard said, hold my watch, went over there and punched him in the face, which, I don't know, but we can have that discussion. But anyway, when he announced he was signing with RCR at the middle of last year, they had the problem. I was sick from school that day, so I stayed home and watched the damn announcement on my phone. But anyway, Richard's like, I forgot to give you my signing bonus. And he took out a Rolex and said, would you hold my watch? So that was funny because all that circle back there. It was great. I wasn't too happy with this pairing here at RCR, but what are we, 15 races in and 3 wins? I'm starting to like it.
Starting to like it for sure. And as all you Kyle Busch fans should be pretty happy as they win their 3rd race of the year, tying the NASCAR lead with William Byron. And it's going to be fun down the stretch, but right now I would say Busch is the front runners. We're about at the halfway mark of the season. So
yeah, we've been consistent too. I love that.
There really is no bad finishes on Busch's.
No, I think we wrecked out once.
Yeah, other than the wreck out.
Maybe. That can't. Yeah, it was Kansas. That. No, I was in my car.
Wasn't the Kansas race the race where you knew something was wrong with his something right away? Something was wrong with this car and he just finished in 30th? Or am I thinking of a different race? I could be thinking of a different race.
Maybe. No, because Kansas, we had a fast car got wrecked.
Oh, damn.
And but these new cars are so weird because visually they're pretty tough, but if you hit that wall hard enough, you'll break that toe link and can't drive anymore. So we was it Brad? It was 4 wide. We got hit. We checked up, got hit from behind, went spinning down the inside and doored the wall and broke the damn car. And then Dover, oh God, we started up front on the pole, because qualifying got rained out, but it's whatever, it counts. And once again, we sped on pit road for the 20th time. Got in the back and got it back. Yeah, I know, but it's just,
it's you're speeding on pit road. Come on.
It's ridiculous. No, but it's under caution. You shouldn't speed under caution. That makes no sense. And even today, it's gotten so bad. I'm in a group chat with a bunch of other Kyle Busch fans, or it's 3 of us, but whatever. Anyway, we don't like to talk about stuff like we kind of like superstitious and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And every time we go down pit road, just nice and easy, nice and easy. Please no speed, please no speed, please no speed. Or it's just even like leading this race. Like we took the white flag. We were like 2 seconds ahead of Hamlin. My dad said it's over. I said no, it's not. Shut up. Until we crossed that line.
Oh no, I know. I'm
so
the same
close.
way too. And I really thought when Bubba crashed into the wall, I thought today's race was Larson. And then when Busch
I said it was
pulled
over.
away, took the almost second lead with a lap left. I was like, all right, that Busch should win, barring an absolute miracle. But I mean, you can never jinx it until the race ends. So.
Nope.
That's how you gotta view it. I mean, if it was Blaney, I'd be very superstitious as well. So
no, I always am. No, but it's like those last 4 years that Gibbs just like traumatized me and probably all of Rowdy Nation. But so like it gets to the point where like we the last few years at JGR, like it really messed with our mind. So oh shit. You there?
Yeah, we good.
Okay, my computer went black for a second. Okay.
That's okay. That's okay.
Whew, this old ass desktop. Okay, we're good. Then where was I? Yeah, 2020. Last year. All that bad shit kept happening to us, and it got to the point where we wouldn't say Kyle's name in the group chat, so we would say, "Hey, that yellow car looks really fast," or "That that red and white car looks really fast."
No,
Just dude, it was so bad. Like it messed with our.
Look at that number. Look at that number 12.
Right? Yeah, totally. It was so
Look
bad.
at that Penske driver not named Logano.
Yeah, right. There's stuff like that. Oh, dude, it was just traumatizing. But we're good now. We're good. But it sucks because like I grew up and like Kyle won every weekend, so like I'm not used to not winning every like weekend, week out, and all that stuff. So. Having 3 wins here, I'd be happy. I'd also be happy with one Daytona 500 and DNF every other week, but that's okay too. We'll get there one day. One day. No, I cried after that one. We had it made. We had our teammate behind us with 3 laps to go, and NASCAR throws a stupid caution when Suarez was off the fucking racetrack.
That was a painful one.
Oh no! And what made it even worse was after the race, Austin was like, "Yeah, I was hoping to push Kyle home." I was like, fuck, because Austin won the 500 already. So like, he doesn't need to win. I'd understand if he wanted to win the second one, but come on, push your teammate home. It's okay. Next year,
your teammate at the moment, even though he's won his 63rd race today.
63rd.
Wow. He's been winning since 05.
Damn right. The Hendrick, that's crazy. We've driven for the 3 main series in NASCAR. I don't think anybody's ever done that.
Very successfully as well.
Yep. It's crazy because Alan Gustafson was our crew chief at Hendrick, and he's still crew chief in the Elliott now, which is insane.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
He's still around. But, there's I guess on like Prime Video or whatever that Kyle's documentary came out. It was 2 years old or a year old or 2, but whatever. It's great. It's really good. You should check it out. It's for free, but I don't know if you have Prime Video or not.
I have Prime Video. I can check it out.
Check it out. It's called Rowdy. It's really good. Like it breaks down his like career at Hendrick. It doesn't talk about RCR because we weren't there yet. But it talks about like Hendrick and then JGR. 56 wins at JGR.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that some shit? How about that? 56 wins, 2 championships. Great career, 15 years. Unreal. Yeah, we're back. It was great. But yeah, definitely check that out. It's called Rowdy. It's great. It's great. And then his I'm happy with the new move. It's great. And now it's all right. Next year, I'm gonna fly you down to Florida. We're going to go to the 500, and we're going to party.
That will be a vlog in itself. If we ever do meet up and go to a NASCAR race together, I think that's going to be much-watched content because, oh, God, the FaceTimes me and Lennon have just talking about NASCAR and other stuff. I personally think it would be a funny vlog. So if we ever do that, Let's do that. But
I got you. I'm here. Let's do it. I'll fly you down. We'll make it work.
Yeah.
Because New Hampshire, no offense, but New Hampshire does not count as a racetrack.
It's the only track I've ever been to, but I'm sure.
Oh, but I got to take you to Daytona, buddy.
I'm sure it's not the most exciting one. I bet like Daytona, Talladega, Bristol, they all like blow it out of the water.
Yeah. Well, I've never been to Daytona and Bristol, but I've been to Daytona many times. I love that place. There's just something about it. Like you just get chills walking over the bridge to get into the racetrack.
So many iconic moments.
Mm-hmm. I'll never forget my first career. My first career. Well, I ain't driving. my first ever NASCAR race was the 2012 Budweiser shootout, which is the class now. And it was great. I was 8-ish, so 10 years ago. God damn, old as fuck. But it was great. Anyway, it was great. My dad's friend used to be the jackman for an ARCA series team. So we would so he gave us pit passes for that weekend. It was a great, the duels and everything, but the shootout was amazing. So I got down, I went to Kyle's window, he signed my hat. I got some lug nuts off the practice car. I still have those 2 lug nuts I got off his car. And then he went out, wrecked 3 times, came back and won the race on the last lap pass on Tony Stewart. So that was pretty incredible. So first career race, your favorite driver wins for you after wrecking 3 times and saving it all times. And Jeff Gordon, my least favorite driver at the time, went upside down. So nothing better than that. And you beat your dad's favorite driver at the time too. Or he liked Junior, but he liked Tony Stewart too. So it was great, dude. That was such an awesome day. And I haven't seen him win in person ever since.
It's that's such a nice story because my first ever NASCAR race was I'm pretty sure Matt Kenseth won, and I got nothing against Matt Kenseth, but back then in 2015, I want to say.
Oh, 50, yeah. Edward, you still had Carl Edwards.
Edwards was still my boy.
Oh, dude.
So I don't got that. I don't have any of Edwards or Blaney's lug nuts. None of that. Just
no, it was awesome. But I was decked out, and then I got the chance to meet Kyle again. He came to the M&M World at Florida Mall, one of the malls here, and my mom took me out of school, and we went, and it was insane. I wrote him a letter. I said, because the next week, the following week was Texas.
Next race, and then
the next race was at Texas.
Next race for your birthday. That's I love that story.
It was great. It just happened to fall. I was just I don't remember. Yeah, I think it was my birthday. I said, go out, win Texas next weekend for me. And I said, say hi to Matt and Denny for me too, because Kenseth was it was just the 3 of us. And sure as shit, he went out and won Texas for us. Oh my God. He did it for me.
Crazy.
Now, he signed my Jace and my mom, my dad's okay now, probably because he drives for RCR. But my mom and dad hated him growing up. Me growing up. Right. So they were big Earnhardt, but mom doesn't care. But my dad was
my
Earnhardt everywhere.
My dad likes Kyle Busch now, but before then, I'm pretty sure he was always an Earnhardt fan.
And that I never.
Then my mom was a Tony Stewart fan, so.
It sounded like my dad. Now my dad was Dale Senior, and then obviously Dale Junior, right? Because who else are you gonna root for?
Mm-hmm.
I just can't deal, man. I'm not an Earnhardt fan. I know I pissed off a lot of NASCAR fans, but I am not an Earnhardt fan. I don't know. I probably would have liked Dale Senior because Kyle Busch drives exactly like him, and y'all can suck.
Oh no, I think I would have liked Dale Earnhardt Senior, but I don't know. I never hated Junior, but he just was never my favorite. He was always if he won, good for him. But I thought he was kind of overrated by the media. Actually, very overrated by the media.
Why is that? Because his last name is Earnhardt. Okay? Why do I hate Chase Elliott so much? Because why is Chase Elliott in NASCAR right now? Because his last name is Elliott.
Man, he's the son of Bill Elliott, and I'll explain it all.
It's not Chase. Chase is such a nice dude, and he Okay, I lost a lot of respect on the racetrack last week at Charlotte, but that's because I'm a Hamlin fan too. So it was good. But nah, I don't care who it is. You don't do that. I don't care. Bubba did it to Larson. That was dangerous. Kyle Busch did it to Ron Hornaday in the Truck Series. I hated that back then too, but we don't talk about that anymore.
Oh my God! I do remember that. Wasn't that the truck race? Caution? He literally sprayed out and then just wiped out that guy.
No, and Hornaday was a championship contender, and he kind of it was 13 laps into the race, and Hornaday we were racing hard, and we got put in the wall, and under caution, and Kyle just down the back, hooked him dead. We got parked and suspended for that one.
Yep.
But keep it fair, that's all I ask, because NASCAR's been, to HMS ever since. So I was very happy that they suspended Chase Elliott for this, and you had to. You can't suspend Bubba for doing the same thing to Larson at Las Vegas, and not suspend Elliott for virtually doing the same thing at Charlotte. Just doesn't. No. You can't do that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, my computer is about to die, unfortunately, but we'll make sure to have Lennon on, and definitely we had a blast, so I'll definitely make sure if we got time we'll try to do some more post-race recaps. I know we were recapping for the first 15-20, and then now we're just started talking about NASCAR, but that's fine. Hey, maybe a NASCAR podcast in the future, right? Who the hell knows?
Well, let's get back on the baseball podcast first.
Yeah, we got to get back and around the diamond. Lennon's dying to film an episode. Me, Alex,
we all are.
Drew got to find time. I don't know if we can have time, but we'll try to film a couple this summer. But
we're all on summer now, so we should be. Well, I'm getting ready to college. You still have stuff to do. Alex and Drew.
I cover a baseball team, but I have 4 days off this week, so let me know. I'll probably be able to film this week. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. We did hit the like button. I'll see you guys in the next one.